Well, it's been a little while since I posted an actual video, so I figured that I'd do one on my most recent purchase, which is this absolutely beat to crap and just cobbled together. I mean, I've never seen a bullnose so beat up in my life, and for some reason I bought it. I got a decent deal on it, I guess, but I'll just, I guess, do a little walk around and stuff of it. It is a 1981 Ford F100, so pretty familiar to what I have, and I bought this truck with the idea that I'm going to run it in the Gambler 500 in Oregon next year. And it's definitely at the right price point for that, but she's going to need a little bit of work before she can make it down there. Believe it or not, it does run and drive. I actually drove it from where I bought it in Longview to where it sits now, which is about, I believe it's about 35 miles. I did buy it non-running. I bought it non-running, and it needed a spark box, which I put on it, but it's a 300 inline six with the 3-speed overdrive. It does run. It's definitely got some things wrong with it. That carburetor's crap. The accelerator pump's basically gone. The wiring I kind of tried to fix. What the guy had done beforehand was that he just had everything that was supposed to be on the hot side of the solenoid. He just had it right on the battery, and the cable that went down to the starter, which I replaced, to start it, you would just arc it directly to the battery. So he basically just had the solenoid bypassed entirely, which is, if you were able to see this truck in real life, yeah, that's about what I would expect, because I mean the wiring is just, it's absolutely, I mean, somebody installed this thing, and this is supposed to be the turn signal, and it doesn't seem to work. This whole core support appears to be a wee bit loose on this side. This door absolutely clapped out. I mean, it still opens and shuts, but I mean, just listen to this. It sounds like absolute heck. The truck's got some rust. Rotted out. Somehow, cab corners are solid. The bed's rusted out behind there. Yeah, check out these lights that they got here. Wish I could give it a better view, but it's kind of right up against my other truck. Yeah, this light doesn't even have anything going to it. Yeah, it's just this light also doesn't work, but yeah, it's like this everywhere else on the truck where the wiring's been messed with. The wires are either just twisted together or they're just wire nuts. I mean, the absolute, just the level of of laziness is just, it kind of just blows my mind. I mean, it's crazy. Because I feel like it just kind of snowballed, right? Because it's like they kind of cut a few corners here and there, and it's like, yeah, this is fine, and it just kept getting worse and worse. But yeah, this door is the only relatively straight part of the truck. Every other panel has a dent in it, but you can see it's still not perfect. There's a couple little dents there. There's one there just above the mirror. But well, my phone's about to die, but yeah, trash everywhere. The guy I bought it from, I believe that he was homeless for some period of time, and he was living in this truck, so the bed's full of trash. He said he was doing dump runs for people. That's how he was making a bit of money, and I guess I have no other reason to believe that, because, yeah, just full of garbage. And I don't know if I could show it, because, well, my battery died, but the axle is turned up at a slight angle. Yeah, let me see if I can get something so you guys can see. All right, I got a flashlight, and yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but that axle is turned up. I've never seen that happen before. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the shock mounts. Yeah. Other sides, similar. Yeah. See what I mean by cobbled together? Oh yeah. Here's another thing that I can show you, because I have a light. If it'll frickin' focus. Yeah, you probably see no rear drums. Somebody completely deleted the rear brakes on this truck. I have never seen anybody do that before, but I guess you can do that. I don't know why you would, unless you were just really cheap. And yes, that is diff oil. I think it's or gear oil. I believe it's that axle has a leak on this side because the truck is leaning this way. But yeah, believe it or not, though, the truck actually stops really nice. And I actually didn't know that they deleted the rear brakes until I went to put air in the tires at a gas station. I'm like, oh wow, somebody just entirely deleted the rear brakes on this truck. Like I said, it still stops great, so I mean, who cares? Stops better than my 82, and that thing has an entirely brand new brake system. Although yeah, I gotta do some bleeding on it. But yeah, let's see, what did I miss? Not much. Yeah, she's really beat up. Just extremely. Like I said, it does run and drive. And it's not bad, believe it or not. At least the whole drive part. I'll fire it up here in a second. Shouldn't take much to get it started. I had it running earlier today. Like I said, that accelerator pump is completely gone. So if it sits for more than about a day and a half or so, you need to dump gas down the carb to get it going. And it has a pretty bad, I believe it's a lifter knock of some kind, or maybe like loose valve lash or something, or I don't know, something like that. Yeah, the somebody installed these hinky dinky lights that you could see your speedometer and your fuel gauge, although they really don't do that much to illuminate it, because, you know, obviously that's a much better solution than just pulling the cluster out and replacing the bulbs or whatever. Yeah, the light. Somebody, yeah, this wiring, I really need to tear it all out, but I don't know what all these switches go to. I have no idea what they operate. This volt gauge, I don't know why they even have it in here. Those two wires there, one goes to the solenoid, one goes to the fuse box. I was the one that installed that, so I didn't have to jump the solenoid to crank the truck. And yeah, 4-speed overdrive, sloppy as all get out, but as far as I'm aware, all of these transmissions are like that. That's just the way they are. But yeah, I guess we can start it now. Format. Tell that accelerator pump's completely gone. I can. I'll have to get the light here. Hold on a second. Yeah, this truck has, you probably can't see that, but it has absolutely no exhaust on it. It just has the pipe going down. But an interesting thing is that it had California emissions on it. So this truck at some point, or it was, I guess, manufactured for sale in California. But yeah, somebody plugged off the EGR, the smog pump's gone. It's just the, I guess it's a cat and a resonator down there. So it's actually not like that loud, believe it or not. I mean, it is, but, and, it's got Dean's Garage, and I think that says Stanton, California. So, yeah, it's not charging, and the guy said that the alternator was fine, but I think that's probably the culprit. I'm sure that voltage regulator is no good, especially since the, top of it's been knocked off. But yeah, if you couldn't tell, it has a pretty bad, I think it's either a loose valve, or a loose rocker, or it's got a collapsed lifter. But I drove it home all the way like this. I'm hoping it's just a loose rocker, because that's an easy fix. I just got to pull the valve cover off for that. And I'm pretty sure it's down a cylinder, but I'm just going to blame that on the carb. Yeah, this core support rattles pretty bad. But yeah, that's the truck. Maybe I'll make another video on this thing at some point. Maybe when I work on it a little bit more. Maybe I'll do another video or something on it. Or maybe I'll just make another one when it's not so frickin' dark out. But yeah. So this is gonna be the pretty much the dedicated gambler truck. It might be getting a turbo, because I don't really care about this truck. Me and a buddy of mine might be trying to do a blow-through turbo setup on it, but the truck's gonna need a lot more repairs. I'm gonna need to fix the lights, or at least get some of them working. The axle's gonna have to get turned back in. We'll have to loosen the U-bolts and stuff, and I'll have to get it to charge, probably rebuild that carburetor, and find out why that lifter or whatever it is making all that noise. But yeah, it's the newest addition to the fleet. The most beat up bullnose I've ever seen that still runs. So yeah.